Welcome to Palm Springs Stadium here for Game 2 of our doubleheader on Rancho Mirage Residence Day here at the ballpark. We have the first place Oregon Lumberjacks, the 4-2 coming into today's game, facing off against the 3-2 Palm Springs Power. An absolute beautiful day here in Southern California, 72 degrees as we approach first pitch. The Palm Springs Power is sending David Escobar to start this game against the Oregon Lumberjacks. Escobar has only pitched 3 innings in his third appearance. He's given up 4 hits on 2 earned runs. He's also walked 2 batters. He has 1 save recorded, no wins or no losses. He's coming in with a 4.66 ERA. Let's take a look at the Oregon Lumberjacks batting lineup. Jalen Reese will get things started as he leads off, the right fielder. And the shortstop batting second, Jeff Heinrich. Batting third is the first baseman, Chris Monroe. And in the cleanup spot is Lazaro Amable out in center field. Batting fifth behind the plate is Scott Combs. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Devin McCary. 7-8 hitters are Luke Fennelly. Sometimes we've seen him at shortstop, but today he's going to be out in left field. Ronald Jackson at second base. And rounding out the lineup is Andrew Puglielli. He'll be playing at the hot corner third base. Ball 1 delivered from Escobar to Jalen Reese. We have the Lumberjacks in green and white pants, red for the Power and white pants. That ball's put into play. Alonso, the second baseman, has a tough time grounding it, fielding it, and a tough throw over to first. We'll start things off here with E4 on Alonso. I'm Joey Senna. To my left is Jacob Kronberg. Thank you for joining us for Game 2 of the doubleheader here on the California YouTube channel.
It's definitely not the start the Power we're looking for. A hard hit ball on the ground, but it was at Alonso. The bobble and then the miscued throw puts a speedy guy on base to begin the game.
Brings up the shortstop, Jeff Heinrich, who takes low in the dirt for ball 1. A nice stop from Pagalitas behind the plate. Take a look at the Power defense in just a moment. Escobar looks in for the sign. Shakes off the first one. Still looking in, a long look. He and Pagalitas now on the same page. The 1-0 runner going. Inside strike call. Pagalitas doesn't even attempt to throw Jalen Reese out at second base. So a stolen base for Reese after he reached on an error. On the right side for the defense, we have Harless at first. Alonso, who made the errors, at second. On the left side of the infield, Simon at short. Berdicia, the third baseman, on the hot corner. Pagalitas behind the plate. 1-1. It's a weird-looking ball into the infield. And Escobar making a fantastic grab in the infield grass.
David Escobar, who also plays the outfield a little bit, showing off that skill set right there. There was no other infielder who was going to get to that bleeder. Escobar going over the Hitley part of the mound, full extension dive, and he snags it for out number 1.
Taking a look at the Palm Springs Power outfield. Rigsby, Alvarez, and March left to right. First pitch, swing and a miss from the first baseman, Chris Monroe. Who digs in for the first time with a runner in scoring position, Jalen Reese at second base after his stolen base. The 0-1 put into play into shallow center field. Alvarez settles under it for out number 2, and Jalen Reese stays planted at second base.
Way to bounce back if you're David Escobar. The leadoff error by your defense allows a man to reach. He steals his way to second. You make a nice defensive play. You get a soft fly out and a chance to now put up that 0 and pick up your defender who made that mistake.
First pitch outside and low to Lazaro Amable, the center fielder. Mabel hits from the left side. We'll bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 away here for the Lumberjacks in the top of the first inning. 1-0 low in the dirt. Ball 2.
You mentioned earlier that Escobar's made a couple of appearances. He didn't really throw the first week out here, but today pitching for the third time in 4 days, so we'll see how much length he can give the power as a starter.
Fouled back into the bleachers from a Mabel. 2-1. This is Escobar's first start in his third appearance. The 2-1, just low for ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike, a runner on second base, and Jalen Reese for the cleanup man, a Mabel. Escobar gets set, delivers home, outside for ball 4. Let's see if the Lumberjacks can take advantage of the power here in the first inning after an error and a walk. Brings up the catcher, Scott Combs.
Scott's had a really good start to the California Winter League. 4 hits in his first 9 at-bats, and he's driven in a run. He's a guy who's going to play in the middle of the order somewhere, and you'd like to see a little more run production out of him, and he's got a great opportunity for it here.
He played in the Power Baseball League. Combs checks his swing and fouls it towards the Lumberjacks dugout. In 2022 in the U.S. Power Baseball League, Combs started 41 out of 42 games. Takes ball 1 in the dirt. He hit .287. And he also had a 13-game hit streak during that season. Just like you said, he'll be hitting in the middle of the lineup wherever he is, between 3 and 6. Escobar, the 1-1, outside for ball 2. Trying to work around the error from Alonzo. That started the game off. And 2 outs from Heinrich and Monroe. Then a Mabel was issued a free pass with a walk. So runners on first and second, 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Ball 3, Escobar trying to find the zone. Lumberjacks in first place early on. Coming in at 4-2. The 3-1 to Combs. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Full count now to Combs.
And this is a Jacks team that started 1-2. They've won 3 games in a row, and that's a tough feat to do when your pitching staff spans 4 or 5 guys, maybe.
Escobar comes home. Fly ball into shallow right center field. 3 guys coming in. Making the catch is the center fielder, Alvarez. Not a pretty first inning, but Escobar able to work around it. And we head to the bottom of the first, scoreless. Welcome back to Palm Springs. Not a cloud in sight above. 73 degrees and sunny. Beautiful day. You can see the canyons out in the distance. And palm trees galore. First time the Power will get to swing their bats. Alan Alonso, the leadoff man, takes outside for ball one. This is what the Power lineup looks like. Alonso at the plate leading things off. The shortstop, Will Simon, will bat second. Center fielder, Isaiah Alvarez in the 3 spot. Batting cleanup is the right fielder, Jalen March. Sean Rigsby will be batting 5th. Out in left field and batting 6th is Roberto Berdicia, the 3rd baseman. Drew Healy will be batting 7th, the DH. And the 8 and 9 hitters are Pagalitas, the catcher. Strike one outside. It's 2-1 to Alonso. And rounding out the lineup is Aaron Harless, to first baseman. Alonso, the 2-1, takes up and in, ball 3.
And that lineup's going to have to face Jared Dingus, who pitches for the 3rd time in this Winter League season, but for the first time not against the Palm Springs Chill. We'll have to wait a couple of more days to see if Dingus faces a non-Palm Springs team ever. But he has not lost to one yet, and that's a good sign for the Lumberjacks coming in as perhaps the hottest team in the CWL.
Dingus finds the inside corner for strike 2, deals the 3-2, put into play on the left side. Heinrich, the shortstop, fields it cleanly and throws over a nice throw to Monroe. 1 up and 1 down for Jared Dingus. That'll bring up the shortstop, Will Simon.
This is a pretty sharp defense that the Jacks run out there. You got Combs behind the plate. We mentioned what he does offensively. He's got a really good arm behind the dish to try and limit the run game. You look at a guy like Luke Fennelly out in left. We've seen him at shortstop, makes a ton of plays. Berdicia's got a really sharp glove.
Strike 1 delivered by Jared Dingus.
And the outfield can cover a lot of ground.
Yes.
There's some speed out there between Reese, Mabel, and Fennelly.
Fouled off of Combs behind the plate. Take a moment here to let Combs walk around, try to walk it off. Catcher's tough position to play.
You definitely take a beating back there.
From pitches, from foul balls. Sometimes contact when a play is at the plate. The 0-2 from Dingus. Swung on and missed. The first strikeout from Dingus is out number 2 here in the home half of the first inning. Dingus, great command early on, attacking the strike zone. Will now face Isaiah Alvarez, the center fielder. Alvarez coming into today's games hitting .286. He's 2 for 7. Takes outside in the dirt for ball 1. Alvarez has been walked 3 times and has 3 strikeouts. Takes inside for ball 2 from Jared Dingus. Dingus gets ready from the windup, and that's fouled heads up in the Power dugout. I guess they're not really in the dugout. They're leaning up against the dugout.
They are the new fence to the dugout, is what it seems like. I mean, the fence has a red top and then gray bottoms. If we gave them gray pants, it would work. It really would.
The 2-1 finds the outside corner, strike 2. Dingus looking for a 1-2-3, bottom of the first inning for the Oregon Lumberjacks, who are looking to stay in first place early on in the CWL season. 2-2, ball is in play towards the right side. Monroe, the first baseman, will make the grab in foul territory. And Jared Dingus retires the side in order in the first inning. We head to the top of the second, scoreless. We'll be right back. Thanks for joining us as we start the top of the second inning. I'm Joey Senna, and to my left is Jacob Kronberg. Escobar gets back to work for the Palm Springs Power. He looks in, working from the stretch with nobody on. First pitch into Devin McCary, ball one. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up, McCary, Fennelly, and Jackson. McCary is 2 for 7 so far. This will be his fourth game. 1-0, just low and inside for ball two. Escobar falling behind early on to McCary.
David walked a guy in the first inning, and the other base runner came on an error. Nobody's really put too hard a contact on the ball against Escobar, and look, he's a guy you're trying to get some innings out of him. Played a couple of days in a row.
2-0 put into play on the left side. Berdicia, the third baseman, throws over in time. So 1 up and 1 down for Escobar here in the second.
It's another relatively weak ground ball induced off the bat of David Escobar, and he messes with the timing. He's kind of got a funky motion out of the stretch where that leg sometimes comes straight down after the kick, then extends, and he gives that oomph toward home plate.
Brings up the hot-hitting Luke Fennelly, who'd waste no time in slapping a ball into right field for a single. Fennelly can hit, and he could play a few different positions. We've seen him at shortstop. He's a great shortstop, and now we're seeing him in left field today for the first time.
The defense is a plus to what Luke Fennelly brings to the game. He's now, once again, the California Winter League hit leader with 11. The league is 10 days old. He's got 11 hits. And then what he does defensively just brings just another level of how he can contribute to a ball club come this full season.
First pitch, curveball from Escobar, found the strike zone. He's ahead of Ronald Jackson, the second baseman. 0-1. Escobar throws over to check on Fennelly, who slides back head first into the bag safely. Jackson is 1 for 10 to start the CWL 2023 season. The 0-1 from Escobar. A chopper to third base. Berdicia goes over to second, gets Fennelly, but not in time to get Jackson. So a fielder's choice for out number 2. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, the third baseman, Andrew Puglielli. Speaking of good defense, Puglielli does a nice job at the hot corner for the Lumberjacks. The runner goes, ball in the dirt, and Pagalita is unable to make a throw. Stolen base for Ronald Jackson. Well, speaking of good hitting, Puglielli is 7 for 14. Not too shabby either.
500 plays. He's had smart at-bats. He's done a nice job of going where the pitch has been thrown against him.
He's got a few extra base hits as he takes strike one. He's got a couple doubles. He has a triple, 3 RBIs, and 3 strikeouts only in 14 at-bats. And when he gets on, you better worry about stolen bases. He has 4 of them. That's a dribbler, foul towards the power dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes, a runner aboard in scoring position, and 2 away. Escobar looks in for the sign. Deals strike 3 as Puglielli watches that go by. So 4 batters faced, but no runs come across as we head to the bottom of the second inning, scoreless. We're now in the home half of the second inning. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. March, Rigsby, and Berdicia. Jalen March, not a large sample size. He's 2 for 6, hitting .333. Fouls that down the first base line.
Really what we've seen from Jalen March is starting the game in the lineup and out in the field defensively. But in a lot of contests, he's coming as a relief pitcher as well. Mm-hmm. Taking him out of the lineup, you'll likely see him on the mound today.
Yep.
Kind of in there to piggyback the start from Escobar.
Super utility. Ground ball to second base. Jackson throws over. 4 up and 4 down for Jared Dingus to start out his outing. That'll bring up the left fielder, Sean Rigsby. He'll bat from the left side. He'll face the righty Dingus, working from the windup. First pitch, in over the plate for strike 1. Sean Rigsby is from Myrtle Creek, Oregon, facing the Oregon Lumberjacks. He batted .325 in his final season at St. Ambrose University. He takes in the dirt for ball one. So we see a plane take off in the distance from Palm Springs International Airport. I drive by the airport every single day, and I see military planes there almost every day. It's a cool sight to see from a small-town kid like me.
Yeah, I don't think, other than when I've been getting on an airplane, like physically at the airport, I've been so close to the planes. You can drive right up the side of the airport and see them there. When they are landing
They
and
fly
we're driving
right over
home,
it, yeah.
I swear I feel the vibration from the plane flying, Joey.
It's pretty cool.
Like, there are airports around me in New York, but a ways away. You got to go out to Long Island, or there's some very large airports. You can't get that close to the actual planes.
2-2, Rigsby waves and comes away empty with that. So the second strikeout for Jared Dingus, and 5 up and 5 down. Dingus cruising. In San Diego, they also fly right over like the downtown portion of San Diego, and it's a cool sight to see. And here in Palm Springs, it's a lot of military presence around, so a lot of the military planes there.
I did actually see some of the planes in San Diego fly over when I was at Petco Park a few summers ago. It's a staple of Citi Field and Shea Stadium, also back in New York where the Mets play. You're so close to LaGuardia Airport that pretty much all the fans stop and look up when they hear the planes going over.
You can't miss it. It's so loud. You almost, like you said, you can feel the vibration. The 1-1 to Berdecia. Outside, ball 2 from Jared Dingus. The Power still looking for their first base runner of the day. We are scoreless here in the bottom of the second inning, 0-0. That ball's lifted into left field. Luke Fennelly back at the warning track, and he'll track that down. So through 2 innings, Dingus has faced the minimum in both. We head to the top of the third, tied 0-0 in this pitching duel.
A scoreless game as we begin the top of the third between the Oregon Lumberjacks and the Palm Springs Power. Top of the order due up for the Lumberjacks. It's Jalen Reese, Jeff Heinrich, and Chris Monroe due to bat. Jacob Kronberg to my right, Joey Senna on the California Winter League YouTube. As the first pitch of the third inning from David Escobar misses in the dirt, ball 1. Reese, the batter, hit a missile on the ground in his last at-bat. Was booted by the second baseman, Alan Alonso. Reese would reach but get no further than second base. Escobar out of the stretch, and the 1-0 curveball drops into the zone for a called strike 1.
We have a big strike zone early on, getting a lot of called strikes.
Infield hangs to the right side against Reese. The third baseman, Berdicia, is well off the line as Reese takes ball 2. Outfield shaded toward right field as well against the left-handed hitting Reese. Bell tie set for Escobar. The 2-1 hits Reese in the back of the knee. A leadoff base runner allowed by David Escobar and the Palm Springs Power. And Reese, who's already stolen a bag once today, is a guy you really have to keep an eye on.
Yeah, that might be a rally starter for the Oregon Lumberjacks here in the third. Top of the lineup. If you can get base runners on, watch out if you're the Palm Springs Power.
No score, top of the third inning. Reese off of first for Jeff Heinrich. Escobar a step and a throw over to first. Not in time as Reese dives in safely.
Especially with Jared Dingus dealing on the other side, who, like you mentioned, is undefeated against Palm Springs teams.
That's the key. Bell tie set. Escobar uses the slide step and misses just a tick inside with the fastball for ball 1. Heinrich popped up just behind the pitcher's mound in his first at-bat. It was a diving effort by David Escobar to rob him of a potential infield hit. Escobar's 1-0. Another fastball that misses in. 2-0 the count to Heinrich.
That was a remarkable play by Escobar back in that first inning.
Acrobatic action it was.
Yes.
Both sides still looking for their first run. No score. Line drive to third off the glove of Berdicia and into left field. The Rocket ate him up a bit. It's going to be a single for Jeff Heinrich. And the Lumberjacks cooking in the third. The first 2 men have reached. And the big swinging Chris Monroe due up.
It was so big hitting the batter, Jalen Reese, starting out the inning, especially with the top of the lineup coming up. Lumberjacks looking to get on the board here and break the scoreless tie.
Monroe's a great guy to do it. The Jacks have 3, 4, 5 due up in the order. As a curveball spins in, just missing the front hip of Chris Monroe for ball 1.
Who didn't move a muscle. He was going to let that ball hit him.
Look, if there's one you're going to take, it's that looping curveball. An open stance for Monroe, hands low, about letter high on the jersey. Escobar kicks and goes, and the breaking ball belted out toward left field. Going back is Risby on the track, at the wall. He leaps up, and it's gone. 3-run blast off the bat of Chris Monroe. And the Lumberjacks take a 3-0 lead early on Monroe's first long ball of the season.
How happy is Chris Monroe that he did not get hit by the pitch? Unloading on that ball to deep left field. Huge momentum boost for the first place Oregon Lumberjacks.
Brute strength from Chris Monroe to give his team a 3-0 lead. As the cleanup man, Lazaro Amable, takes outside ball 1.
Chris Monroe just hit that home run, had a launch angle of 42 degrees. It was 88 miles an hour off the bat and a distance of about 373 feet. A big thanks to Cordell Henriquez. and Steve Bronak working with the flight scope, our analytics
they've been
guys.
Great. They've been great all season long, getting those numbers to us, the players, the scouts, a bit more of the analytical side of the game. Look, you can see just by looking at Chris Monroe the size. Therefore, generally strength will translate from that. 6'5", 245 pounds. 2-1 to Lazaro Mabel, yanked down the right field line, but foul. I don't know about you on the West Coast, Joe, but out east, we call that country strong.
We use that here. There's some country in California, in NorCal. Country strong. That's a good one.
Monroe from the Midwest, a Champaign, Illinois native. 2-2 to a Mabel. Tipped into the mid of Pagalitis. He squeezes tight. 4 out number 1.
Going back to analytics. Statistics and analytics, they don't tell the whole story, but they certainly do tell part of the story.
And it depends which way you go. You see more at the major league level, contracts given out less for maybe pitchers' wins and less for a guy's batting average. And we've got some of these extremely intellectual and complicated statistics basing guys off their WRC plus. That's their weighted runs created. So their runs batted in, their runs scored, factored to how friendly of a hitter's park they played in. You've got things like weighted on-base percentage, which factors things that most likely should have gotten you on base. It's crazy what these numbers can decipher and then place in the form of a statistic.
And it really changed the game at the major league level with the shifts. Now they banned the shift starting this year, a new rule change that the MLB has adapted. Also, having bigger bases, so we'll probably see more stolen bases at the big league level because the pitchers can only throw over to first base or second base or wherever base it may be 2 times during an at-bat.
We've seen plenty of stolen bases here. 1-1 to Combs. Ripped into left field. And down for a base hit. Playing it on 2 hops is Rigsby. But Scott Combs aboard with the 4th hit of the inning for the Oregon Lumberjacks, who lead 3-0.
Escobar is able to work around a couple of jams in the first couple of innings, but the Lumberjacks bats have come to life here in the 3rd inning, and a big thanks to Chris Monroe on his 3-run home run to left field.
1 on, 1 out for Devin McCary, who takes a fastball at the knees. 4 strike 1 called. Yeah, Escobar, you said, worked out of some trouble. Couldn't work around the hit by pitch and the single to start the frame, and Chris Monroe gets the better of him, making the score 3-0 in favor of the Lumberjacks, who look to win their 4th straight contest today. 0-1 to McCary, misses down and out.
That bullet of a single by Scott Combs, who's standing at first base. Exit velocity of 93 miles an hour off the bat.
Escobar getting hit pretty hard right now. 1-1 curveball dances into the strike zone for a called strike 2.
This has been a long inning for Jared Dingus to be sitting in the dugout for the Lumberjacks.
And it's not even 6 full batters through. But some long at-bats, the long home run. Escobar checks over to Combs at first, now delivers. 1-2 breaking ball, misses inside, ball 2. The power defense, infield-wise, playing McCary slightly to pull. Berdicia, the third baseman, near the line. Simon, the shortstop, shades toward the hole. 2-2 pitch. Waved at and missed, strike 3. Pagalitis rolls the ball back toward home plate like it was out number 3. It was only the second out of the frame, but Berdicia, the third baseman, aware of the situation, and he tracks it down before Combs can go anywhere.
That happens at every level. Some of the guys think, oh, 2 outs, let's go back into the dugout, but humbled quickly, get back out there.
Two outs and Combs aboard at first. Escobar checks on him with a soft throw. With Luke Fennelly at the dish, Fennelly poked a single the opposite way last inning and was forced out on a fielder's choice. Escobar from the belt, short leg kick, and the breaking ball misses away, ball 1.
Fennelly had a nice defensive play in the last inning, tracking down a ball, making it all the way to the warning track.
Narrow stance for Fennelly, who takes a hefty cut at a fastball in and swings through it for strike 1. Luke 11 for 18 to start his CWL career. Has the top average and top hit total in the league as the 1-1 fastball misses inside. 2 balls and a strike to Luke Fennelly. 3-0, the Lumberjacks lead the power. Short lead for Combs. Escobar's 2-1 curveball bends beneath the zone, and a 3-1 hitter's count now for Fennelly.
It's like Fennelly's been at the plate hitting BP. That's what he's treating it like, and it's paying off for him.
Fennelly, who was a USPBL All-Star in this most recent season. 3-1 pitch in the dirt. And it's a 2-out walk to Luke Fennelly. It pushes Scott Combs into scoring position and extends the inning for Ronald Jackson.
I think we're going to start seeing Fennelly get walked a little bit more. Escobar not wanting to pitch to him.
2 on, 2 out for Ronald Jackson, who reached on a fielder's choice last inning. Right on right the matchup, and Escobar misses in the dirt, ball 1. 8th batter of the inning that David Escobar has faced. He's given up 3 hits, has walked 1, hit a batter, as Jackson tops one foul on the pull side.
Meanwhile, tick, 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 tick for Jared Dingus, wanting to go back out there now at this point.
He's got himself a 3-run lead. Something that every pitcher would love to have in the early innings. It's 3-0 in favor of the Oregon Lumberjacks. A ball and a strike, the count to Jackson. Escobar checks Combs at second. Now delivers in the dirt. A lot of the misses have been low from David Escobar. Trying to will his way out of this inning. Combs left alone on second. The 2-1 curveball drops in at the knees for a called strike 2.
Yeah, if you're Escobar right here, you need to find a way, attack the zone, get out of this inning with just that home run allowed. Keep it a 3-0 game to keep your team alive in this one early on.
Monroe responsible for all the offense with that 3-run blast. And now a full count worked to Ronald Jackson as the curve missed in. Runners will be in motion. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count, 2 away in the top of the third. Combs on second. Fennelly off first. Jackson at the dish. Runners go. Payoff pitch. Line to short. Past a diving Simon into left center field. Combs in to score. Fennelly goes first to third. And Jackson aboard at first with an RBI single. Oregon extends its lead, now in front 4-1.
Cricket number put up for the Lumberjacks here in the top of the third.
Ninth man up in the inning as Andrew Puglielli bats. Runners on the corners, 2 down. First pitch, fastball in the dirt. Gets away from Pagalitas. Dashing home. Fennelly dives and he's safe. Jackson moves up behind him into second, and that's now a 5 spot, a truly crooked number in this third inning for Oregon.
Yeah, the Lumberjacks just able to string together a few hits here in this inning, and now they find themselves up 5-0 just like that.
A big number early for Oregon, who continues to impress day in and day out. 1-0 misses into Puglielli.
But no lead is safe here at the CWL. We saw the Bombers come back. They were trailing 7-1 going into the sixth. They scored 6 runs to tie the game against these guys, the Palm Springs Power. The Power were able to hold on, and they scored in the 7th to win.
2-0 to Puglielli, floated into right field and down for a hit. Out to get it is the second baseman, Alonso, and around from third into score comes Jackson. Maybe a chance at a play in the plate if March had fielded that coming in from right. But some contact was made by the glove of Alonso. It's an RBI single for Puglielli. And the Lumberjacks have batted around. 6-0, Oregon leading Palm Springs. Taking off, Puglielli. Pitch misses and the throwdown not in time.
The 2 outs that Escobar has recorded were both strikeouts swinging. One of them was to Amable and the other to McCary. Everyone else for the Jacks reached.
Puglielli now in scoring position for Reese, who was hit by a pitch to begin the inning. And he fouls one away.
After he was hit by that pitch, I said that could be a momentum starter.
And it most definitely was. Half a dozen runs. In the top of the third, the Lumberjacks lead the Power 6-0. Escobar checks Puglielli. The 0-2 fouled out of play.
Yeah, the Lumberjacks scored a touchdown in this inning, and we saw a lot this year in the NFL. A lot of missed points, extra points. That's where we're at right now. 6-0 on 6 hits for the Jacks.
I don't think anything is missed for the Jacks this inning. They've sent 10 men to the plate already. Right on left the matchup between Escobar and Jalen Reese. Escobar from the belt, his 0-2. Slow chopper to the right side. Charging Alonso, the glove flip, got him! Only option was to use glove only for Alan Alonso. And he tosses out the speedy Jalen Reese to finally put an end to this top of the third. Oregon played 6, and it's the Lumberjacks in front of the Power, 6-0 on the CWL YouTube. Bottom of the third, the Lumberjacks leading the Power 6-0. As Drew Healy leads off the home third for Palm Springs. Takes a fastball at the knees for strike one. Jared Dingus working out of the windup, misses in with the breaking ball.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how Dingus does here to the first couple batters he faces after that long top of the inning.
10 men came to the plate for Oregon. 6 of them scored. Chopper up the middle behind the second base bag. Diving for it is Jackson. He won't get there. Into center field it goes, and a leadoff single for Drew Healy, the first Palm Springs hit of the game.
I would like to think that's not a coincidence. The first hit allowed is after that long inning that Jared Dingus had to sit.
You'd love to capture back any sliver of momentum you can if you are the Palm Springs Power. Healy off first, runs well as Christian Pagalitis comes to bat. Dingus out of the stretch for the first time in the contest, and he throws a fastball past Pagalitis for strike one.
Nice job for Drew Healy. He's the first base runner that Palm Springs has had through 2+ innings.
Jared Dingus working from the third base side of the rubber, tries the slider, and it misses away. The first baseman, Monroe, holds on Healy. Jackson and Heinrich pinch up the middle in double play depth. 1-1, misses down and in, ball 2. Right on right the matchup. Dingus checks over to first, now delivers. Soft line drive to short. Heinrich. Did he catch it or did he drop it? They're going to say he caught it on a fly. So Pagalitis lines out. And that's the first out of the inning. One on, one out for Aaron Harless. Jared Dingus works from the stretch, and the slider misses inside for ball 1. 6-0, the Lumberjacks leading the Power. Oregon continues to play like the hottest team in the CWL. Dingus steps off and watches Healy back into the bag. 1-0 the count to Harless. Dingus with the slide step, misses in the dirt. Combs keeps it in front. Runner goes. Combs throw to second. Hops over the glove of Jackson. Good backup by Heinrich. But moving into scoring position is Drew Healy. Power hoping to scratch across a run, trailing 6-0. Dingus looks at Healy, now delivers and picks off the knees with a fastball for strike 1 called. The second baseman, Jackson, holds on Healy at second. Dingus squares the shoulders home, looking in for the sign. Now out of the stretched position. Couple looks at Healy. The 2-1, cut on and missed, strike 2.
Harless wanted that pitch. Swinging out of his shoes, trying to score Healy from second.
A lot of attention being paid to Healy. 2-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. Good slider by Jared Dingus as he picks up his third strikeout of the game.
One in each frame. All of them strikeout swinging.
2 down and a man on second for the top of the Palm Springs order in Alan Alonso. Bounced out to short in his only at-bat prior as he takes a slider away for ball 1.
And made a fantastic play to end the top of the third inning. Gloving it from second base to first base, making an unbelievable play.
1-0 on the inner half, called a strike. Six nothing. The Lumberjacks leading the Power. And Dingus looking for that shutdown frame after his team scored half a dozen. There's action in the Power pen. 1-1. Waved at and missed for strike 2. It looks like Matt Garcia is throwing. A natural catcher for Palm Springs. Dingus hangs the right arm, agrees on a sign with Combs. 2 looks to Healy. The 1-2 misses down and out, and that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I'd like to see Dingus go back to his slider that he got the swing and miss on earlier in the count to Alonso.
Ready from the gut. 2-2 slider nearly hits Alonso. And the count works full.
Yeah, I like that slider better when it's breaking off the plate.
Three-two pitch, pulled foul. One of the Power players made a nice play in front of the dugout. And another 3-2 pitch upcoming. Jared Dingus looking to keep his team in front, 6-zip. The payoff pitch, check swing, punched foul.
This is a good at-bat from Alan Alonso. Fouling off 3 pitches now. Forcing Dingus to work on the mound. Trying to see as many pitches as he can. Looking to square one up here.
The next 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Dingus works around the leadoff single. He's gone 3 scoreless, and his Lumberjacks lead the Power 6-zip on the CWL YouTube.
Welcome back to sunny Southern California. Here in the top of the 4th inning, the Lumberjacks with a big 6-0 lead. New pitcher for the Power is Matt Garcia, who is listed first as a catcher. He'll make his first pitching appearance here in the CWL. The 0-1, outside corner, strike 2 against Jeff Heinrich, who singled and scored in the 3rd inning. That was a part of the big 3rd inning for the Lumberjacks, who batted around the lineup and scored 6 runs. Just inside from Garcia, ball 1. Lumberjacks have 6 hits on 6 runs, 1 hit for the Power, and no runs. That ball from Heinrich shot into left field for a leadoff single here in the top of the 4th. Brings up the number 3 hitter for the Lumberjacks, Chris Monroe. Last time up, Monroe unleashed on a ball into left field, and he hit a 3-run home run that really got the rally started for Oregon. Ball 1 from Garcia to Monroe. Garcia looks in for the signs by Pagalita as the catcher. They're on the same page. Garcia looks at the runner, throws home, outside corner for strike 1. Chris Monroe is from Champaign, Illinois. He played some pro ball with the Idaho Falls Shuckers. Takes ball 2 outside. He's 6'5", 245 pounds is the 23-year-old Monroe. He awaits the 2-1 from Garcia. Outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Lazara Amable on deck for Oregon. Garcia 3-1, just outside once again. So Jeff Heinrich, after he singles, he'll be at second base after that walk. Brings up Lazara Amable, who walked back in the 1st inning, and he struck out swinging in the 3rd. Garcia working from the stretch with guys on 1st and 2nd. Inside corner for strike 1. This is Garcia's 1st inning after Escobar pitched the first 3 for Palm Springs. Garcia looks back at the runner, throws home. Ball gets by Pagalitas on the wild pitch. The runners advance. Monroe now at 2nd and Heinrich at 3rd. Oregon is looking to tack on to their 6-0 lead here in the visiting 4th. Lazaro Amables from Miami, Florida. He spent some time playing ball with the Cuba Baseball League. 1-1 outside corner for Garcia, strike 2. Garcia kicks and deals just inside. That'll even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garcia in a jam here with runners on second and third and nobody out. Mabel takes up and away. The count is now full. Have yet to see Garcia get ahead in the count to these Lumberjacks hitters. Garcia looks back, throws home, and gets a swing and a miss from a Mabel, who expands the zone. A huge strikeout there for Garcia with runners on second and third. Now one away for Scott Combs, who singled and scored in that huge 6-run third inning for Oregon. He flew out to center field in his first plate appearance back in the first inning. Outside, strike one. Garcia gets the call. Saw a foul ball go off of Combs when he was catching, but he seems to be okay. Fouls this towards the power dugout. Now we're seeing Garcia working ahead. 0-2, searching for another strikeout here with 2 runners in scoring position. Garcia looks at the runner, kicks, steals, and foul back into the netting. Nice job from Combs to battle that pitch off. Thanks for joining us on the California Winter League YouTube channel. I'm Joey Senna, bringing you live action between the Palm Springs Power and the Oregon Lumberjacks. The 0-2 just inside, up and in around the hands to Combs. The middle infielders are playing back almost on the edge of the outfield grass. The 1-2, breaking ball doesn't break quite enough for Garcia. That'll even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes to the catcher Combs. Scott Combs is from Northville, Michigan. Put into play on the left side, underneath the glove of Berdicia. In scores is Heinrich. Monroe comes in to score. 2 more runs come across for Oregon here in the 4th as they take an 8-0 lead. That'll go down as an E5 on Berdicia on the hot corner. Scott Combs at second base for Devin McCary, the designated hitter, who's looking for his first hit this afternoon. He's 0 for 2. Grounded out to third base his first time up and struck out swinging the last inning in the 3rd. Only 1 away here in the top of the 4th. 2 runs across already. Ball is hit into left field, finding the outfield grass and rolling all the way to the wall. Combs comes around to score easily, and a 1-out RBI double coming from McCary on his first hit of the afternoon. It's like the Lumberjacks are hitting batting practice right now against the Palm Springs Power. They already have 8 hits on 9 runs. And we're still only 1 out in the 4th inning. Strike 1 on the outside corner to Luke Fennelly, the left fielder, who we've mentioned is leading the California Winter League in hits. Takes breaking ball, strike 2. Coming into the game, Fennelly was hitting .588, 10 for 17. With 4 RBIs. Right now is an RBI opportunity for him. Fennelly's only helped his batting average today. He's 1 for 1. Singled back in the second and walked and scored in the third. One and 2. The batter is now Caleb Rapert, who took over for Luke Fennelly. The 1-2, just inside. Rapert waits the 2-2. Breaking ball just above the zone. Now a full count for Garcia. McCary leads from second base. The Lumberjacks with a whopping 9-0 lead here in the fourth. Just inside. So Rapert with a 1-out walk and runners on first and second for Ronald Jackson. Ronald Jackson grounded into a fielder's choice in the second inning, and he singled and scored in the third. First pitch from Garcia, in there for strike 1. Waved on and missed from Jackson, who's from Georgia, and he played college ball at Andrew College. 167 pounds, 5'9", is the 29-year-old Jackson, who awaits the 0-2 from Garcia with 2 on and 1 out, just outside for ball 1. Another long inning for the Oregon Lumberjacks offense. 1-2 finds the top of the zone, strike 3. Ronald Jackson strikes out, looking. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, the third baseman, Andrew Puglielli, who's 1 for 2. He struck out in the second, and he singled back in the third. McCary on second, Rapert on first. Breaking ball inside, Puglielli ducking out of the way in time for ball 1. Just outside for ball 2. Andrew Puglielli's from Florida. He was drafted in the 2016 MLB draft in the 40th round by the Chicago White Sox. Ball's hit deep into left field. Puglielli has a home run, and it's a second home run, 3-run home run for the Oregon Lumberjacks, who are lighting up the scoreboard here in Game 2 at Palm Springs Stadium. Showing off the power. The second 3-run shot from Oregon. in the last 2 innings. So a 6 spot for Oregon in the third inning and a 5 spot so far for the Lumberjacks in the fourth. Lighting up the scorebook. That brings up Jalen Reese, who had 2 at-bats in the third inning. The Lumberjacks 11 and Palm Springs Power 0. The Lumberjacks came to hit today on this beautiful sunny day. Big hack. Jalen Reese comes away empty and is behind 1-2. Couldn't have asked for a better day here on Saturday, February 4th. That's way outside for ball 2. So Reese now with 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, and 2 outs after that 3-run shot from Andrew Puglielli, the number 9 hitter for the Lumberjacks. And that hits Reese on the leg. The second time Reese has been hit by a pitch. And it looks like after that long inning, that will end the inning. We've seen 2 home runs in the last 2 innings. One by Chris Monroe and one by Andrew Puglielli. We head to the home half of the 4th inning. Oregon Lumberjacks with an 11-0 lead. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. I'm Joey Senna, joined alongside Andres Tejeda.
Close. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Welcome to the booth.
Yeah. Haven't been here since last year. I was working with Josh Sperber out there. But it's been a fun time so far.
Saw you doing some on-field activities with the kids.
Yeah, they got me doing a little bit of everything today. They had me doing some ground screw stuff. I did PA in game 1. And then we'll be doing the post-game interview after this game. So it'll be a lot of fun.
The 1-2 from Dingus. Right up the middle for Will Simon to start off the home half of the 4th inning. The Power looking for anything, down 11-0.
He choked up on the bat, sent it right back where he found it. Solid piece of hitting there.
Brings up the center fielder, Isaiah Alvarez.
Hopefully that's what they needed. That's only their second hit of the game.
Yep. Yeah, it's been all Lumberjacks here in this game, scoring 6 runs in the 3rd, 5 runs in the 4th. 2 3-run home runs by the Lumberjacks, and that's fouled out of play.
Yeah, I was doing a post-game interview with a couple of Jacks players. Their slogan right now, the Jacks are hot. They've won, I think, 4 games in a row on their way to 5 here.
Yeah, they're in first place, coming in at 4-2 after a 1-2 start. The 0-1 put in play. The Puglielli, the third baseman, throws over to second and over to first.
Oh, wow.
Around the horn double play for the Lumberjacks. Everything going for Oregon in this one.
Puglielli have a day. The home run in the top of the inning, and now going around the horn, looking like Nolan Arenado in the corner there. Just whipping it down, 5-4-3 double play.
Great reference there, yep. Brings up the cleanup man, the right fielder, Jalen March. First pitch in from Dingus, finding the zone, strike one. Going back to that home run hit by Andrew Puglielli in the last inning. It was 88 miles off the bat.
Oh, nice.
And 364 feet he hit that. Speaking of shots, that's hit right up the middle, very hard by Jalen March. For a 2-out single for the Power.
Again, choked up on the bat, send it right back up. That's what you want to do, and that's what the coaches want to see. Can you handle a pitch, especially when you're down by double digits right now? See if you can pair up some runs here.
Brings up Sean Rigsby, the left fielder from Myrtle Creek, Oregon. First pitch in the dirt from Dingus. It's been a great day all the way around for Oregon. Obviously, with the bats, Jared Dingus is pitching very well on the mound. And we've seen some good defense as well. Hitting on all 3 cylinders. Dingus looks at the runner, throws home outside, ball 2.
My only worry for this pitcher is he's had a lot of time to sit on the bench during those innings. And we've already seen him give up 2 hits in this inning when he's only had 1 in the last 3. See what the Power can do here and how his stuff is going to ride out through the rest of this ball game.
2-0, and Dingus is back in the zone for strike 1. Last time Rigsby was up, he struck out in the second inning. Dingus looking at the runner. A few looks before he delivers home. That ball is fair, it looks like. No, foul.
Yep,
I thought it was foul, but I didn't see any signs from either umpire.
Yeah, I don't think the bases umpire had a good look at it. That's got to be the home plate umpire's call, and he didn't really make a signal. I think I heard some sounds coming out, but definitely a good call there. The first baseman over there was kind of just bent over the line, and only if the ball pops over can you call it a fair ball there.
So a runner on 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for the Power in the bottom of the 4th.
Ooh.
Check swing, uncomfortable swing there from Rigsby as Dingus gets strikeout number 5. And we head to the top of the 5th. The Oregon Lumberjacks with a whopping 11-0 lead. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the top of the fifth. The Lumberjacks will take some more hacks, leading 11-0. As you mentioned, Andres, a very hot Oregon Lumberjacks team.
Yeah.
Who started with the losing record and now find themselves in first place. Looking to go 5-2 early on in this CWL season. 1-1 fouled right above us.
Make the play, Joey.
I'm ready.
You know, those first couple of days, just being out here from last year, it's kind of hard to meld with that team. But once you get, caught up in the village, which is awesome that the CWL does for these guys, you get to stay with your teammates, get some roommates, and you get to meld with them. You're out here every day, 8 in the morning, working on your stuff, working with your teammates. And as you said, started the season off with a losing streak, and then Jacks got hot, real hot.
Jeff Heinrich will lead things off for the Jacks here in the fifth. 2, 3, 4 hitters due up for Oregon. The full count, waved on and missed. A strikeout for Garcia.
Way to pull the string there late. Had no movement till about the end of that, going from the right to the left facing home plate. Great pitch there. So we've had an amendment to the score. It's going to be 12-0.
There were so many runs we lost track. So 9 hits on 12 runs for the Oregon Lumberjacks. A dozen runs come across.
Ooh.
Waved at and missed from Chris Monroe, who had a home run back in the 3rd inning. And then we saw another home run in the 4th by Andrew Puglielli. 2 3-run shots from Oregon. Monroe ahead in the count, 2-1. You enjoying your time out here in Palm Springs?
Oh, yeah. I mean, how can you not? I'm from Chicago. We got snow on the ground and negative real field temperatures. And out here I'm sweating. I'm wearing polo and shorts, getting to feel the air in my skin for the first time in months. And you're from California, so you get you're a little spoiled.
I'm from NorCal, and it gets cold up there,
Okay.
up near Lake Tahoe.
Uh-huh.
So we get some snow, but it's definitely not in the negatives. When it's cold where I'm at, it's about 27, 28. The full count, little dribbler, comebacker. Garcia will play it in fair territory, throw over in time to retire Monroe. 2 up and 2 down here in the 5th inning for Garcia.
Good on him to stay focused. Coming off the mound, having to come charging against the runner, nearly running into him, grabbing the ball and throwing it to first. Wow, you guys get disoriented on that.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of all the palm trees here. That's one thing I don't have in Northern California because it's too cold is the palm trees. So many, obviously called Palm Springs, so many out here. Brightens my day every day driving by them.
Oh, yeah. You can't help but not smile seeing the palm. Like, they just do something.
Yeah, right? They're like happy plants. 0-1, swung on and missed from Lazaro Amable, the center fielder, who's looking for his first hit this afternoon. He's 0 for 2 with a walk in the 1st inning, and he struck out swinging in the 3rd and the 4th. Behind 0-2 to Garcia. Just inside. Garcia does not get the call.
See, that's a great pitch by Garcia right there. He swung. Amable swung at both of those pitches, and not good swings either. And he laid off on that one trying to see what the umpire would call it, and I'm surprised he didn't call it that. A strike 3 call. Real close.
Heads up for the fans in attendance. We have a great crowd on hand today on this Saturday afternoon.
Rancho Mirage Day.
Yep. Brings out the crowd. Also, $2 beers.
Ooh.
Sud Saturday.
Get your little sudsies.
1-2, waved at it, missed. And a 1-2-3 inning for Garcia, who records 2 strikeouts in the frame. We head to the bottom of the 5th, the Lumberjacks with a 12-0 lead. Welcome back to the home half of the 5th inning. Palm Springs Power will take some hacks. Down 12-0. Berdecia, Healy, and Pagalitas due up for Palm Springs. Jared Dingus still on the mound for Oregon. That's fouled beyond the camera well.
Hey, good play there in the Power bench. Little snag on the foul ball. Protecting Brian Calderon in the little camera well down there.
Berdecia 0 for 1. He flew out to left field back in the 2nd inning. Digs in here. The 1-1 from Dingus. Outside in the dirt. Ball 2.
I'm going to have to catch up with Berdecia. Apparently he's from Chicago, according to his little bio here. Oh, that's a good pitch.
Strike 2 on the outside quarter. Dingus has looked excellent on the mound for Oregon. Commanding the strike zone and has a good feel for all of his pitches. Works from the windup, the 2-2, outside in the dirt once again.
Good on the catcher to keep it in front of him even though no one's on base. It's good practice and something that the coaches will definitely notice.
If you can give a compliment, why not?
Exactly,
Give it.
You know?
Yep.
Brownie points matter here.
Combs working hard behind the dish. The full counts. Berdecia pops it into center field. Mabel, the center fielder, takes a couple steps in and makes the play for out number 1.
Jared Dingus, what a day he's having. Only 3 hits and 4 1/3 inning pitched. Do we have number of pitches he's thrown? Because if I'm the coach, I might let him go all the way.
I know. I was thinking maybe the same thing. We don't see anyone up in the bullpen. Maybe he can go the distance.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe he works better having all that rest. Kind of working in his head what he wants to do.
Now at the plate from the left side is a designated hitter, Drew Healy. Puts the ball in play off the first baseman, Monroe. Took a bad hop on him.
That one hit off the heel. That's what happens when you have a righty as your first baseman. Usually that's a lefty down on the first base side. But just kicked off the heel and found itself all the way in the second base position.
And usually the opposite on the other corner.
Yeah, you got your righty, and here
Yep.
we have a lefty.
Brings up the catcher, Christian Pagalitas, who lined out to short his last time up and his only plate appearance so far in the 3rd inning.
Now here's a weird combo for a throwing athlete in a position, a lefty catcher. I've only ever seen one once playing in high school, and it's quite the sight.
Dingus gets ready on the 1-0. Lifted into shallow left center field.
Ooh, what a
and
catch.
making a basket catch is Heinrich, the shortstop, going out and covering a lot of ground out there in shallow left center field. A tremendous play and just a fantastic day for Oregon Lumberjacks today. Everything going right.
I thought Dansby Swanson signed with the Cubs, not the Jacks. My goodness, what a catch over the shoulder. Little bread basket catch there. Have a day.
Brings up Aaron Harless, the first baseman. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, swinging back in the 3rd. Hold out with 1 on and 2 away. Dingus looking to work around the air. Harless is the number 9 hitter, only a second at bat. That's how efficient Dingus has been on the mound.
Oh, yeah.
1-0 goes up and hits Harless.
The broadcaster's jinx comes at you, huh?
It is not the first, and it certainly will not
no.
be the last.
Absolutely not. We had a running joke last year that we would have, instead of a swear jar, a broadcaster's jinx jar. Anytime something we would say and the opposite would happen,
Drop $1.
drop a little dollar in there. That's how much you have at the end of the year.
The batting lineup flips around for Palm Springs. Alan Alonso comes up to the plate in his third plate appearance. He's 0 for 2. He grounded out to short in the first and struck out swinging in the third.
Nice little frame job there by Combs. He didn't get the call, but it's real nice. Smooth. You never want to be jagged behind the plate when you want to get a call there. Keep it smooth and slow.
Alan Alonso, the 24-year-old out of Miami, Florida. Nice weather in Florida right now, too.
Yeah. I think they're the hottest region right now in the United States in February. I think last time I saw it was like about 80 degrees out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dingus looks in, gets the sign from Combs behind the plate, checks the runner, checks it twice, throws over.
Oh, he dropped it.
Jackson, the second baseman, unable to apply the tag with the ball in his mitt.
Catches that, that's an out. Jackson going back to the dugout and going to hit.
Dingus looks in once again. Checks on Healy at second, throws home. Inside corner, gets the call for strike 2 against Alan Alonso.
Buckled him.
Dingus looking for 5 scoreless innings. It was a check swing. He did not go around. Combs was about ready to head towards the dugout.
The entire team took their steps over. He's going to have to earn it with one more pitch here.
Dingus looking for a 6th strikeout today. 2-2, swung on and missed.
There it is.
5 scoreless innings for Dingus, who's recorded 6 strikeouts, and the Lumberjacks with a 12-0 lead as we head to the top of the 6th. We'll be right back from Palm Springs Stadium.
Welcome back to luxurious Palm Springs Stadium. Not only luxurious, but historical as well. The home of Nolan Ryan. You gone to the clubhouses yet and checked out Nolan Ryan's locker?
I sure have. The only power outlet in the entire clubhouse.
Yeah. Got to save that one for him. So Matt Garcia back on the mound. First pitch is a ball. Second one misses up high.
That was one of the first stories I've heard when I got to Palm Springs Stadium on day 1, working for the CWL as an intern.
Mm-hmm. Scott Combs lays off ball 3. Scored twice. Has a single. See if he can get back on the base paths. Next pitch. right in there for strike one. See if he has the green light here. The 3-1 from Garcia. Breaking ball in there. Strike two.
We saw Garcia struggle a little bit with his command on that breaking ball, but looks like he's found it here in the sixth.
Full count. Swung on, hit off to the right side, and out of play. So Garcia, after throwing 3 consecutive pitches outside of the zone, has come back with the fastball, breaking ball. And now Combs battling off the third one. Full count. Misses outside and low. Combs will get the free pass to first base. It'll be Devin McCary, the designated hitter, to come up next. Struck out, grounded out to third base. Had a single and came around to score. Everyone in the lineup outside of Lazara has been able to come around and score. First swing is a check swing. He did go around for strike one.
Yeah, you have a pretty good chance when you score 12 runs
Yeah.
to score.
The 0-1 on the way. Swung on, hit off the plate, dribbled out in front. It'll be Garcia to barehand it, throw it over to first, off the bag, and he'll be safe at first. Be an error against Garcia, an E1. And it'll be left up to Caleb Rapert. The left fielder tonight.
Yeah, it's his second plate appearance of the day. He came in as a pinch hitter.
That one swung on into the gap, and that's going to find some grass. And the bases will be juiced. Little single. The double play shift was on the middle infielders about 10 feet away from second. He just ran with the pitch and pushed it the other way. So with the bases loaded now, it'll be Ronald Jackson, the second baseman. First pitch outside. He struck out looking, got into a fielder's choice, as well as a single, and came around to score. So the Jacks looking to add on some more runs. Second pitch on the way, and on the outside corner for strike one.
Yeah, the Jacks have scored 12 runs, but they said, we're not done yet.
Pitch outside and low in the dirt, ball two. Yeah, no mercy rule here at Cal Winter League. You play all 7 innings, get your food, get your sleep, come out and do it again the next day. Swung on, hit off the end of the bat, off the right side. Nearly hit McCook out there in the trainer's tent. He's been having a tough day icing himself after the first game.
I was talking to a player earlier, Nick Knoll, on the rush.
Strike three. Great breaking ball in the zone. That's his second time going down looking as they have one out here in the top of the 6th.
I asked him, how are you enjoying it out here? And he said, how could I not be enjoying it out here? He's like, I have nothing to complain about. This is awesome. Staying in a hotel, meeting some new people from all over the world.
Yeah.
And coming to the ballpark and playing baseball every single day for a month.
Front office tells me 9 different countries represented here at the Cal Winter League. Second pitch swung on over the shortstop, and it's going to find some grass in left field. 1 run will score. Second round coming around. A little bit of a lollipop throw into second, and it'll be safe. It'll be a 2 RBI single for Andrew Puglielli. Have a day.
2 touchdowns scored for Oregon. They lead 14-0.
The Jalen Reese swung on into the right field area, and it'll be on a rope, caught by March out and right for out number 2. Jeff Heinrich will try to keep the line moving with runners on first and second and 2 outs as they lead 14-0. Heinrich's coming around to score twice, 2 singles. Fly out to the pitcher and then struck out in his last at bat. First pitch swinging up the middle to center field. Runners will go station to station and we'll have the bases loaded again. That's his 3rd single of the day. Now Chris Monroe, he had a home run earlier in the 3rd. Came around to score in the 4th after being hit by a pitch, grounded out to the pitcher, and then flew out to center field. First pitch, he takes low and away. Last couple of guys, first pitch swinging. This club's getting real aggressive. The 1-0. Check swing, did he go? He will call it, home plate umpire. And Monroe not too happy. He gives him a little look and asks him, "You sure?"
And he said, "It's 14-0, I'm sure."
Yeah. So the 1-1, bases loaded here. And the pitch from Garcia. Swung on, fouled off of his leg, and then hit off his side. 1-2.
Anything close, Chris Monroe needs to protect and swing away.
Not that he hasn't done a good job at the plate already.
Nope.
1-2 now. 2 outs. Bases are loaded. Matt Garcia trying to work out of the jam. Chris Monroe trying to keep the line moving. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, down to third base on the right side. It'll be the shortstop to pick it up. He drops it. No throw. A run will come across to score. And the line keeps on moving as the Jacks now lead 15-0.
Another RBI for Monroe. Lighting up the score sheets here in the second game of our doubleheader here at the stadium.
Be the 3rd time that this team has batted around, or batted at least the first 9. Lazara, again, he's the only one who hasn't come around to score. He struck out, swinging his last 3 at-bats and walked his first time. Definitely due for something as he swings and misses at the second pitch, 0-2. You don't want the golden sombrero here. Garcia trying to work out of the jam again. Bases loaded, 0-2. The pitch. Swung on, got him looking. And the power, get out of the jam. Lazara struggling at the plate in this game. But you got to get every out you can here. 15-0. We go to the bottom of the 6th here at Palm Springs Stadium on the Cal Winter League YouTube. Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. Bottom of the sixth, Will Simon at the plate. First pitch on the way. Good frame there by Combs, but it will not go. Ball one. Will Simon with a single in the fourth. Struck out his first at-bat. This one swung on off the end of the bat into center field. Cannock Corn out there shading his glasses is the center fielder, Mabel, and he makes the catch for out number one.
Well, Jared Dingus still out there for the Jacks. We could see him go the distance. We do have some movement, though, in the Lumberjacks bullpen down the right field line.
If you can close it out, why not? You only got 5 more outs to work with. As Isaiah Alvarez, one of those 5 outs he's looking for. The first pitch taken high, but clips the zone for strike one.
It looks like Katsuhisa Takumatsu is in the bullpen for Oregon.
That's a mouthful of syllables. Second pitch, missed outside. Looked kind of good from my angle up here, but he missed it and dropped. So 1-1, 1 out.
Takumatsu is listed as a first baseman and outfielder, but in a game like this is when you would see a position player come in to pitch.
You got to rest your arms. Not a lot of pitchers out here this year at the Cal Winter League. Next pitch inside, missing 2-1.
If this were the Dodgers, I would be expecting Hanger Alberto to come out and pitch.
Yeah.
He ended up pitching like 15 innings last season for the Dodgers.
The 2-1 on the way. Swung on, fouled, look out. Brian Calderon, he's got to wear he's got to get a helmet on or something. I'm nervous for him. I know he's got the big box around him, but
he's a magnet.
Yeah. Balls have the baseballs have eyes.
Yeah.
They will find you. 2-2 now to Alvarez. The pitch. Outside and low, full count.
What a perfect day for baseball at the ballpark. Couldn't have asked for anything better.
Only place you're going to find a beautiful day for baseball, honestly. Full count from Dingus. The pitch. Swung on, fouled, and they'll do it again. He's got 6 strikeouts so far. A strikeout in every inning. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth. See if you can get one more here. The full count once more from Dingus. The pitch. Swung on, fouled off again. Great fight here by Isaiah Alvarez.
Dingus has not taken his foot off the gas pedal. He's pitching like it's still a 0-0 game.
He's on the road and no one's there for him. He can just go down as far as he wants. And unlike California, gas is cheap.
You're telling me.
The 3-2 once more to Alvarez. Swung on over the second baseman, out of his reach, and into right field for a single. Just the 4th hit for the Power tonight. What a battle by Alvarez to go the opposite way. Get his team on the base paths. That's what you need right now. And it looks like that'll be it for Dingus. He'll go 5 1/3 inning, in line for the win with 6 strikeouts, 4 hits. So he'll get an ovation here from his team in the dugout as we'll take a break. The Jacks lead 15-0. Welcome back to the California Winter League. New pitcher Katsuhisa Takamatsu on the mound. He'll take over for Jared Dingus. His line score, 5 1/3 inning. 4 hits, no runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts, and just 1 hit batter. Takamatsu's second pitch hits the batter. That'll be Jalen March. So a hit by pitch there will put runners in scoring position. Sean Rigsby to bat. He's got 2 strikeouts, all swinging. See if he can put the power on the board. Power 3-2 on the year. First pitch from Takamatsu, low for ball 1.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch Takamatsu. He's not a traditional pitcher, but ahead 15-0. Go out there and throw the ball over the plate as best you can.
Ball misses inside. This pitch's got a weird little break to it. He's throwing sidearm, not even a 3/4 arm slot. He's kind of doing a sidearm, and it's got this weird loop to it. Next pitch misses outside, 3-0. And the runner from second takes off outside, ball 4, and the runners will go again, station to station.
Yeah, the Power looking to avoid being shut out here at home.
Isaiah Alvarez, the only runner that Jared is responsible for. He comes around. That's going to be an earned run as he did come on base on the single as the first pitch is fouled away off to the right. Roberto Bertosia. Pitch outside. Ball 1.
Give him the call. That was borderline. Give him the call.
The 2-1 pitch, base is loaded. The string right down the line. It's going to go out of play. But Bertosia liked it. It's high and inside. Took a nice hack at it. The 2-2. Swung on. He got a hold of that one. That's going to go to left field. And camping under it, making the catches, Rigsby. The throw in, not in time. And the Power are on the board.
They get a huge ovation from the crowd here. And a great crowd we have on hand. They continue to cheer for the Palm Springs Power, bringing across their first run of the day.
So Jared Dingus will have an earned run on him. Just the one. As the runners on base are responsible for by Takamatsu. His first pitch misses, ball 1. Drew Healy, the designated hitter, had a single and reached on a fielder's choice. The 1-0 outside, ball 2.
We hope you can join us tomorrow as the CWL continues the action. The Palm Springs Power, who we're watching right now, will play right away again tomorrow at 10 a.m. They'll be facing the Canada A's. And then at 12:30, the Game 2 at the stadium will feature these Oregon Lumberjacks looking to defend their first place in their division right now. We'll take on the British Columbia Bombers.
Pitch outside, and he'll take another walk. That's the second walk given up by Takamatsu. And the bases are loaded. Christian Pagalides takes strike 1. He's lined out and flied out to the shortstop. This pitch misses high, 1-1. Power trying to find a way to come back. Now only down by 14, the 1-1. Swung on off the end of the bat. Little bloop into right field. The catch is dropped. He bobbles it, makes
Oh
the
my
catch.
gosh.
For out number 3. Into the glove, out, into the hand, back in the glove. My goodness, a circus act out in right
Houdini
field.
out there.
So only one run will score a little bit of drama here at the end of the inning. The Jacks lead 15-1 here at Palm Springs Stadium. Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. Scott Combs up to the plate. He started off the 6th inning as the leadoff man. He finds himself starting off the top of the 7th as the leadoff man. Come across the score 3 times, a single, a walk, flied out to center field, and an E5 gets him on the base. First pitch he sees outside for ball 1. This one swung on into center field, dropping, and it will be a great sliding catch by the center fielder Alvarez to put out Combs. Out number 1 against the Jacks.
Well, if you're
Be Devin McCary. He struck out a single, reached on an error, and grounded out to third. New pitcher for the Palm Spring Power, Jalen March. First pitch outside.
If you're in or near the area of Palm Springs, come on out to the ballpark tomorrow. Every Sunday is Family Day, brought to you by Jack in the Box. Kids 12 and under get in for free, with all other general admission tickets just $5.
Family Day is always fun. You got all the kids, all the moms and dads, brothers and sisters.
What's better on a Sunday afternoon than going out to the ballpark?
Exactly. This one popped up. Watch out. This might be in play. The catcher underneath it, and he misses it falling. Pagalita is unable to make the catch there. So McCary gets some new life now on a 2-1 count.
Those fly balls behind the plate look easier than they actually are. Those are tough.
They are moving. The wind's spinning them in different directions.
And you have to throw your mask off, throw it to the side, make sure you don't trip over that while trying to track the ball.
Sometimes you try to whip your mask off and it doesn't come off and your eyes being blinded.
Yeah, exactly.
The 2-1. Inside low corner. Called for strike 2. So 2-2. The 2-2 count. There's one fouled into the right side of the field. Some playing room available for Harless at first base as he makes the catch in foul territory for out number 2.
Jalen March searching for a 1-2-3 7th inning.
Caleb Rapert now to dig in. First pitch inside and a little too close on the inside. Misses for ball 1. The 1-0 from March. In there, strike 1. Same pitch, just moved a little bit inside. Clipped that low inside corner, and he's right back to work. The 1-1. Low outside, ball 2. March works real quickly here. He steps on the mound. He sets already, and here we go. The 2-1. High, missing for ball 3.
March wasting no time at all. Gets the ball back, settles right back in there, is ready to go.
Yep. The 3-1 from March. This one swung on inside the hands. Dribbler to short, and a toss over to first for out number 3 as the Power have a tall order in order to come back and even try to tie the game. They are down 15-1. Bottom of the 7th coming up next. Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. Final frame of work here as Takamatsu back on the mound. This pitch hit off the end of the bat and foul against Aaron Harless. He had good play out at first base, making the catch in foul territory. But now he's down 0-2. Long pause after the leg kick. Up high. Hit off by Harless, picked up by third on the left side, throwing over to first for out number 1. Put that down as 5-3 in your scorebook. The Allen Alonzo struck out twice, grounded out to the shortstop in the first. Takamatsu sets, pauses on the leg kick, and the throw in, misses high and inside, ball 1. Outside, ball 2. Takamatsu's changed up his throwing here as this one's hit into deep center field. He's tracking back into the warning track as he got enough room, and it falls over his head. It'll go for a double. Alonso looking for 3. The throw at third. The tag not in time. A stand-up triple. I should say just a triple as he slides into third, giving the Power some life late in the 7th inning. Will Simon, the shortstop, looking as he's got a runner there, and it looks like they'll have a pinch runner. Alan Alonso will check out. Don't see a number yet on that third base runner, but here's the first pitch. This one swung on down the left field line and foul. Will Simon was on his horse going for 2. All it takes is one guy to get the bench up and rolling. And that guy right now, Alan Alonso, with the triple. This pitch swung on and missed. 0-2. Will Simon getting a little aggressive, trying to say, Alonso, whatever you can do, I can do better here. The 0-2 pitch from Takamatsu. That one around the chin area. Missing high, 1-2. This one popped up in the infield. On the left side, it'll be Puglielli to make the catch for out number 2. Talk about a major league pop-up.
Takamatsu feeling good in this 2nd inning that he's working in. Saw him walk a few batters in the 6th, but he's coming attacking the strike zone here in the 7th.
Power down to their final out. So the Jacks lead 15-1. First pitch, he takes it high and outside, ball 1. Big thank you to Joey, Jacob, and Evan for letting me come up here. Been fun. Strike 1 called here. I got to say, the best view in all the ballpark's got to be right here.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't get a better view. The 1-1. This one hit off the end of the bat, dribbled down to third base. Puglielli has it, throws it over to first, and it's in time for the final out of the game. As Isaiah Alvarez unable to get the run across. He was the only run to come across for the Power back in the 6th. But unfortunately, the final out here in a 15-1 victory for the Jacks. And I'm going to say it again, the Jacks are hot. Now moving to a 5-2 record. Power go to an even 500, 3-3 on the year here at the Cal Winter League. I'll give it over to you, Joey, to close us out.
Thank you so much for joining us for the 2 games. We hope you can join us tomorrow as the CWL continues with 2 games at 10 and 12:30. Until then, I wish you a healthy Saturday and so long from Palm Springs Stadium.